Yeah, the Uwharrie Safari was started approximately 10 years ago by a club called Old North State, and it changed hands in early 2000 and became part of the Carolina Rover Owners Club, which is currently the club that runs the Uwharrie Safari now. Basically, it's for anyone that owns a Land Rover. They come out. It's a family experience, camping through the weekend, camaraderie, get to see old friends, go out and hit the trails, teach some people some new techniques. We love it when people come out in stock vehicles because we get to teach them about their vehicles and how to actually operate them, how capable they are. And also, as I said, on Saturday nights we have a big group meal. We want folks to come out, enjoy that. We have a big raffle as well. We hope people win a lot of stuff. The sponsors come out. They're a big part of our event. Without the sponsors, it would be really hard pressed to have this event. It's located in North Carolina in the Uwharrie National Forest. And our club also, it's part of Uwharrie Safari, but we also are teamed up with the Forest Service in that we help maintain some of their trails in order to help keep the trails open for all types of off-roading vehicles, not just Land Rovers and Jeeps, but also for dirt bikes and ATVs. So even though we're a Land Rover club, we try to help, keep everything four-wheel drive and the communities going. The group rides that we have, we typically have 3 group rides. On Friday night it's like the beginner ride where we'll take anyone at any level and we'll take them out at night because the trails, they're a little bit different at night. They cast shadows, they cast, your depth perception is a little bit off. And we like to take people out there to give them a different type of experience. And as I said, we do try to control the event so that they won't go out there and wreck their cars, but it's typically for beginners. Then on Saturday mornings, we do another ride, and it's about beginner, intermediate, and then on the afternoon, we always have a more advanced ride. And people that run the rides or direct the rides are just officers of the club that volunteer and take these people out. And it's usually quite interesting. As I said, the terrain out here, what makes it interesting is just the change of the weather. I mean, right now we're in a very dry time of year. When it rains, it's absolute mud fest. I mean, the clay, everything else, it's like, we've got lots of hills, ups and downs, and it's like trying to drive on ice. And usually when it's a rainy period here during the event, we have a lot of wrecked vehicles, smashed fenders, everything else. But again, when we go out on the guided rides, we don't do anything. We try to keep everything in control so people can actually enjoy and show them, these vehicles are quite capable of doing anything. We get things that are stock. I think right now we have a stock LL4, or LR4, and what was else? Another like Range Rover Sport. And they're very expensive cars, but they're also quite capable. And of course, we've got the wide range of Defenders and Discoveries, old series. But we try to keep it a wide range of everybody, and hopefully everybody has a good time doing it. Like, why a Land Rover and not a Jeep? And in all honesty, I really don't know. The reason I acquired my Land Rover was originally my brother runs a Land Rover shop down in Savannah, Georgia, and originally I was supposed to get a Willys Jeep, and he sold it out from under me. And when I went down to go pick it up, he says, "Oh no, I don't have the Willys anymore, but I do have something." And he showed me the 72 Lightweight, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I can handle that. That's a nice replacement." So I started driving that, and I started learning more about Land Rover and Land Rover's history, and I really started enjoying the vehicles. The biggest reason I think I drive them is I drove it stock for years and years and years. I used to come out here and go to Tellico and other trails driving it totally stock, and it was such a capable vehicle. I really, really enjoyed driving it. And then I talked to other Land Rover owners, and as I said, it's the people I think that are driving the Land Rovers. Everybody thinks that people who drive Land Rovers are these rich, stuck-up types of folks, and in reality we're not. Now there may be some, but I mean, if you come out to our event now, you'll find out this is a bunch of people that just enjoy going out and enjoying the Land Rover vehicles, and not necessarily being these stuck-up people. I think the reason that this event is so successful is most folks come out just for the camaraderie, to come out and see these friends that they don't get to see but maybe twice a year. There's a group over here that comes up from Hilton Head every year. I see them twice a year. I see them here, and I see them in the event in the fall. And it's a big time. I mean, I enjoy seeing them. Thursday night, we always have dinner together. And as I said, we can talk about our Land Rovers, and it's just a car that we happen to like, and it's worked out quite well. Yeah, we do keep in touch. We have, the CROC has a website, carolinarovers.info, and we keep in touch through that. We also, as I said, keep in touch through Facebook. We have a Facebook for Carolina Rovers, and we do try to keep in touch and keep people up to date. We also periodically will send out newsletters to all the folks, and again, you know, a lot of these folks I've known now for years, and we'll talk on the phone or email and do other types of camping trips or other types of roading events, just not necessarily associated with a club, just to go out and have some fun with our cars. We have a group of British folks that there's a fella in our club. He's originally British, and his brother lives over in England. And one year he contacted him and said, "Hey, you know, you should come over for this event. It's really a lot of fun." So I think it was 3 years ago. We had a group of 6 Brits come over, and they said, "Well, is there anything we can bring?" I mean, they're part of the South London and Surrey Land Rover Club. And they said, "Is there anything we can bring?" We're like, "Oh, you know, bring, you know, a couple of T-shirts or something from your club. It'll be very unique." And they said, "Well, what about a trophy? You know, how about if we bring a trophy?" And I said, "Well, yeah, that'd be nice. Trophy for what?" And somehow we decided that it should be, you know, the trophy is for the least likely to make it home under your own power. In other words, when you smash up your car, you get the trophy. And so they brought that over, and that's where the trophy actually started. And so what we do is, on Saturday night after the dinner and the raffle, everybody votes to see who had, you know, the most hard luck. And they get the trophy for a year. They get to hold it for a year. We send them, it's like an ID tag with their name, the year, the club, and they get to hold the trophy for a year, and the next year they bring it back or mail it back to us if they can't attend, and the whole cycle begins all over again. So it started with the Brits who, you know, they came 2 years running, and I really do miss them this year. I wish they were here because it's always interesting having them on your rides. And, you know, as I said, this is something totally unknown to them with all the rocks and the hills. They're more used to swamps and mud. But you can thank the Brits for giving us that trophy. As I said, if you pick it up, you'll see it's not actually a CROC trophy, it's actually the South London trophy.
My name is Matt Hines. I drive a 98 Land Rover Discovery. I enjoy the truck. It's easy to work on. There's a great deal of aftermarket parts suppliers and parts breakers. You can get parts for them. I've never had the truck in a shop before. It's been really easy to maintain. It's good off-road. It acts as it should, and you get to really know the vehicle after a while. And sometimes, if you need to ask questions, there's a great community around that'll give you the information you need to know. Anyways, I really enjoyed driving the truck. I've enjoyed owning the truck. It's a secondary vehicle for me, so I drive it kind of for fun, which is, I think, the whole purpose of the vehicle. And it's a great truck. I own 3 Land Rovers. I have a Series, a Range Rover, and a Discovery, and Discovery is by far the favorite. So. It's been a pleasure to own it, and I'll definitely have another one of the same model if I have my word about it. So.
My truck is a 67 Series 2